Okay, so I was texting my mom and I told her I was going to read a piece that I actually just wrote for her. Well, it's not directly for her, it's actually kind of... Never mind. I'm not going to read it today because I feel like this piece is going to take a long time to read because it's like 5 pages long and I didn't realize this. So I wrote this piece right before I wrote the other piece for my mom. So... this is called Leave the Rest to History, and I wrote it at 1:20 a.m. because I could not sleep. Tell me again about your abusers. Remind me how they tore you up inside. Tell me how she made you feel invisible, invalidating your open wounds. Your gums bled with the truth you cleaned off your dried beads. But what about our story? Do you tell it like the rest? Do you tell them all about how I did you wrong, how I'm the one who fucked up, as if for the past 3 years I haven't tried everything to make you smile, like I hadn't fought for you to even accept my love, like I didn't face the wrath of your abusers too, as if they didn't attack me when I defended you? Because when you came to me, you weren't broken. And I didn't sit here and stitch you back together with my own heartstrings, but I made you a voodoo doll, right? Making you bend to my every emotion like a puppet dancing under my fingers. I erased the pain others carved like summoning spells so easily into your bones. Tell them your side and leave out the rest of the story. Edit it so perfectly that the spotlight, God's pure light, pours onto your skin and only yours. At least when I go to bed tonight. I know the whole side, not the blind side you've made peace with, the truth you've weaved so eagerly, the truth you want everyone to know. Tell them about my manipulation and how I expressed myself, how when I expressed myself it sent you in a downward spiral. But let's forget about the long texts and sleepless nights alone, or the times I woke up to phone calls from you about how you were so damaged you couldn't go on. But fuck, my puppet strings tethered you to the sky so you wouldn't fall again. I played them so well I got everyone thinking we were fine. I made people believe I was fine. But tell them your side, tell them your truth. Because when it comes down to it, man, remember, I'll tell them my side too. I still got screenshots and receipts to prove the truth I'm relaying. I'll tell them your side too. I'll tell them how I screwed you over and left you for some punk-ass white boy who wanted a ready-made housewife. I'll tell them how my insecurities drove me to believing that everything that you put me through was okay too. I'll tell them how at the end of the day, I still fucking wanted you. I know I made mistakes, man. I fucked up too. But go ahead, sit on your cloud of all-knowing. Leave out the parts where I was falling apart, begging for you to hold me. Yet you were with her, stroking her hair and whispering lethal lullabies in her ears. Leave out the parts where I sat and waited, where I didn't move on because you said wait. Leave out the parts where you caressed my cheek in the silence of your room and told me how much I fucking meant to you. But in high school hallways, you were holding her hand, kissing her cheek, and letting her wear your sweater like I was fucking invisible. But I don't hold that shit against you. I've been moved on. But if we're gonna sit here and start a knife fight, let's cut to the chase. Stab me right in the heart and end game. And we may be out of high school, but the hallway chatter continues. And you're still not here comforting me in my breakdown mode, but coddling another girl again. I don't want to fight. We were lovers. It's all I wanted, and I know my brain eats itself too much. I know I doubt myself too much, but I didn't. But didn't you, when your abusers paid more attention to the people passing instead of you, instead of your one constant? And you didn't start showing signs of you cared till you realized you were losing me. So those signs became smoke signals, dissipating without long-term effect. But tell them your side. Tell them about how I told you about my fears and depression. You didn't brush it off your shoulder like the rest of your abusers. Because if I killed myself, it wouldn't be catastrophic, ending every will to live. Tell them your side. Leave the rest to me. History. Ta-da! Okay, that was really deep. I don't know if you guys have paid attention to my other videos. I kind of put in some Easter eggs in this piece, referencing a bunch of my older pieces, actually. I kind of do that a lot. I don't know. It's like plagiarism to your own writing. Anyways, yeah, that was a close to home one for me. So anyone who thinks this is about them, oh well. I do what I want. Anyways, have a great week, and I will see you guys next week this time. I will actually see you next week. Mwah.